Hello and welcome to The Entrant. The topic for today's discussion is actus reus. This is a very crucial topic in understanding the criminal liability and also forms the basis of criminal law. So let us start by understanding what is the meaning of actus reus. Actus reus is basically a Latin term which translates to guilty action in English. It is an important element of committing a crime and is mostly accompanied by mens rea, which is translated to the guilty mind in English. The term is derived from the maxim actus non facit reum nisi mensit rea, which translates to an act does not make an individual guilty unless there is also a guilty mind involved. Actus reus is basically the manifestation of guilty intentions. For example, an infant of 2 years, while playing with a loaded pistol, fires it and kills a person. Then, in this scenario, the actus reus is present but without any guilty intention, as the child did not have any intention or any idea about what he was doing. The major component of actus reus is that the action must be caused voluntarily, which means that the act should be performed by accused on his own and of his own will. The accused must be aware of his actions and still commit it intentionally. For example, if a very weak person, was forced to hold a knife by B, and then B manually forced A's hand to stab C, leading to the death of C. In this case, A will not be held liable as his actions were involuntary and forced by B. The second component is actus reus by omission of an act. Omission of an act occurs when someone has a duty to act but doesn't, and which then leads to injury. There are three main elements to actus reus by omission. First, there should be a legal duty to act. Second, the defendant should be aware of that duty. And third, the defendant should be capable of performing that duty. Now let's take an example. A, who was a policeman, was standing outside a club with his shift almost over. B was tossed out of that same club and beaten to death in front of A while he just watched. So in this case, A will be held liable as he had a legal duty to interfere and save B from being beaten up. However, it is important to understand the difference between a moral duty and a legal duty. Only a legal duty gives rise to criminal liability and not a moral duty, as a party is not bound to perform or prevent harm to another simply upon his humanity or his sense of justice or propriety. So let's take the above example once again. If a person D was walking nearby and saw B being beaten up outside that club and simply walked away without doing anything, he won't be held liable as his was a moral duty and not a legal one. The exceptions to actus reus is that the act was committed involuntarily and without any conscious and not consciously done. For example, Bob was showing Leo his new knife, and in a fit of epilepsy, he plunges the knife through Leo's heart, killing him. Now here the act was involuntarily done and unconsciously done. Thus, Bob will not be criminally liable here. Therefore, in these scenarios, a criminal deed may be done, but it is not done intentionally, and the responsible person will not even know about it until after it is done. Now, coming to the cases. The first case we have is of R versus White. In this case, the defendant put poison into the evening drink of his victim, which was his mother, with the intention of killing him. The victim drank a few sips of the drink and then fell asleep. She did not wake up. However, the medical evidence was that she died of a heart attack rather than as a result of the poison. The defendant also gave evidence that he had not intended to kill her by a single dosage but planned to deliver multiple dosage over a longer period of time. The court in this case held that the facts of this case cannot make the defendant liable for murder. However, it was held that it was sufficient that attempted murder had begun, notwithstanding that the defendant had not completed his plan. The conviction for attempted murder was therefore upheld. In the second case of R versus Miller, a vagrant, after consuming a few drinks, went back to the house he was squatting in and lit a cigarette and fell asleep. Upon waking and seeing that the mattress he was lying on was on fire, he got up and went into the next room and went back to sleep. When he awoke again, the entire house was on fire. The court in this case states that the actus reus can be deemed to have occurred because Miller created a situation that would result in harm if he recklessly failed to prevent the harm himself. As the appellant created the liability himself, it would make no sense to excuse him of the criminal liability. I hope this video was helpful in understanding how actus reus works in determining the criminal liability. Please feel free to share your doubts and queries in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and share the channel of The Entrant. Thank you.